if we got 7,000 in this country, and there are 150 countries, and this is after 10 years, I mean, it's a colossal amount of people going to die.
And it's a big business.
Yeah, and but once we start ruining our trees and the bacterium that we need for our food webs and our food chains, they probably can't see that far ahead unless they've got some other plan. But when I'm speaking, I often say, do the decision makers here think that the bus stop outside the building here is going to take them somewhere safe, because there isn't anywhere safe.
Yeah. They're very short-term, and actually sometimes I think we shouldn't think they're too clever, the ones in government and the ones in these positions, because they lack something, ethics, morality and conscience.
Okay.
So they're not, you can say, if I should be rude, they're not really human. Because if they were, they would not be doing destructive things. They would know that everything they do towards others, they would have to live through themselves.
Yep, I totally agree. Agree.
But we have to, I have confidence, and I think we should come back to that tomorrow. We should...
By all means, yeah. And I know, I mentioned this when I spoke to the World Foundation for Natural Science.
Yeah.
And I went into this, and maybe with the court cases, I have 2 big court cases next year.
Yeah.
One trying to protect children and one trying to stop tetra.
Yes.
If I can win those, maybe we can get somewhere.
Yeah, and the video we do here, I will do what I can to make this go all over the world. And I will talk to some people in Denmark. I know there's an old woman, and she might, because she's very caring about her grandchildren and so on. And it's the elderly people, they understand when I come. When I talk to people on my own age, I'm 41, they say, oh, you give me an iPhone, and they don't reflect, but the elderly people, sorry, I don't mean elderly, but over 60, still have the connection to the real human values, to what it is to be a real human being.
Well, I said this, I've said it many times.
Yeah.
It's what I call the silly boy syndrome.
Yeah.
People in power who are really immature, silly boys, and I put a lot of my government there. I mean, our Prime Minister is only 30-something, 40-something, 30-something, and we have what I call silly boys. They're coming out of university with electronic degrees, and they're inventing boxes that will transmit microwaves for children, and they do this and they do that, and they put all of the pulse frequencies into the waves, because the microwaves now don't serve, they have to add pulses for the colour, the speech, the movement, the whatever. And not one of them, with all of these things, not one of them has contacted me or somebody like me to say, I want to put a pulse frequency of 18 pulses a second in the microwaves. Will it affect anything? Or will it do anything? Or should I change it to this? Not one in all of these years.
No.
They don't have the forethought to say, well, hang on, there are people alive that were in the Cold War and knew the spies and knew the microwave weapons and knew what was going on and spoke to these people. Let's just check to see if what we're doing is safe.
Yeah.
And they don't. They just make a box, put it on the market.
And then again I ask, because when you look at how fast all the new technologies come, you can hardly buy a device, the next day there's a new one. And I just say there must be someone guiding this development, so-called development, because it's so extreme what comes. So there must be a script in the background saying we need to develop this and this and this, because we need to implement that payment in the future is by the mobile phone, and it's all implemented. Bus card, you use a mobile phone, that's in Denmark. They are implementing everything, so soon we will not be able to use cash, only mobile phone, so I will be forced to have a mobile phone or don't buy anything. So I prefer the last thing.
But I don't have a mobile phone.
No.
Yeah, I just totally agree with you. They have no idea what they're doing. Absolutely no idea what they're doing, these university graduates.
No, it's not even rude to say that they are ignorant, because they seem to have forgotten. They have some kind of education, but they need the very important one.
But even here, churches are putting mobile transmitters in their towers, and the church makes, I don't know, £250,000 per year, whatever, because you have a nice transmitter inside the tower. And people have said, well, you know, other people with phones, and they can download pornography and all, and they're using the church to download pornography and crime. And
but it's a good metaphor, because if we see that the church is now making money from the mobile phone industry, then there's a saying that you cannot serve God and mammon at the same time. And what we're seeing today is actually that the church is being destroyed, the spiritual part of the church. And that's also what the same agenda is about. Therefore, it's important that we walk with the flag in front and keep walking, because no one is going to change this.
But it's a sad state, and I think it's got to be stopped.
It will be.
Somehow, it's got to be stopped.
We got 1 year, and we will make it. Because you see, you have your trials coming. We make this, and this will be spread.